I think journalism will always be changing, and it needs to be, and it should be, because it's a response to what our communities need. And so, as everything evolves, we kind of like respond to it, and we try to get in front of it. But really, our job is, it's like part proactive, part reactive if we're doing a good job reporting on our communities. But I would say, real specifically, journalism has changed in a couple key ways, aside from the stuff we don't want to get into, like the world that we have experienced in these years. All of that aside, it's really, student journalism has changed because of TikTok. And we could kind of laugh at that, or we could say like, oh, I'm not on TikTok, or oh, I love TikTok. But it absolutely has changed what we do, and what students care about, and how students engage, and the importance of video in our world. So there's that. But really, through COVID, I like to look for the good. And I would say one of the silver linings, or a positive outcome of the COVID era, is we've really learned to double down on the things that work and get rid of the things that don't work. And we've really learned how to prioritize the ways that we produce content, or we've found new ways of gaining information, or crowdsourcing, or engaging with people. It has built for students this super, super resilient, efficient skill set, because they had to battle through in order to make a yearbook, right? They were at home in their bedrooms on these devices, isolated and separated, and yet they felt value in telling stories, and in remaining tied to their school community, and to building or maintaining the tradition of a yearbook at their school, that longevity and that history. And they saw it was actually more important than ever, since nothing else was happening. So they went through like every extra step to make that happen, and it made them stronger. So we have that. We have the strength and the resilience, but we also have the ways of doing it. For example, half the world hadn't heard of Zoom before, but now we realize, well, we could use Zoom to do interviews anytime we want, not just in a pandemic. And oh, we could put those photos on Google Drive and share them. We don't have to put them on the school computer. And oh, I could do this, and oh, this is faster. We used to do this, now we could do it this way. And oh, we used to waste so much time printing that, but now that we've been at home for a year or 2 years, we don't have to print that. Just these little efficiencies. It made everyone really savvy. Like, everyone got comfortable with remote co-working, right? And so you had students before who felt very tied to a physical location and a set of practices. Like, I come into the yearbook room and I put my thing here and I walk over here to get this. Well, we don't need any of that anymore. And so it's just opened a lot of doors in terms of like the functionality and the efficiency of what students can do. And that in turn has changed journalism. I think that in particular, yearbooks opened up a lot of possibilities for crowdsourced photos, and willingness to accept pictures taken on cell phones, a willingness to accept photos that were taken by people you've never met before, but they want to contribute, they want to upload, they want to send or share or attach. That's great. We should be doing that anyway. We see a lot more illustration, which is wonderful. There's so many ways to tell stories. And of course, photos are going to be at the forefront. I think of the photo piece is just like, a core component of the yearbook. That's, people want to see those pictures, and they want to see good pictures. They want, strong storytelling photography where you understand light and exposure, and you have a better camera than not, right? But it has opened up these doors of what a yearbook might look like. And we got rid of some of the traditional elements because we had to. And then we realized, oh, that was kind of cool. We needed to get rid of that. That was we were done with that. We should have let go of that sooner. And I love to see stuff like that. I love to see that evolution, and people letting go, and just, kind of tinkering, exploring, experimenting. And it becomes so much more relevant when we do that. So I'm excited by those changes.